Everyone, welcome to a new session of Knicks Bros TV here on Knicks Couch Report. There's a lot to talk about. Mets opener, Bartolo Colon gave us a win, got himself a win. The Mets are 1-0 against the Nationals. Also going to be talking about the New York Jets. We're going to really focus on the running back situation, knowing that the defensive back situation for the most part has been fixed. And also we'll talk about Muhammad Wilkerson and the impact that he will have in the team if he is re-signed, where I think it's a really good move to re-sign him and bring back Muhammad Wilkerson. With that being said, the Mets, like I said earlier, started out the 2015-2016 baseball season with a win. Bartolo Colon had himself a really good game, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 error, 1.5 ERA. So really good start right now. Currently they're trailing the Nationals by 1 point. It's 2-1 for the Nationals. So keeping you guys posted as we speak. Now let's kind of really get into the New York Jets here. With the New York Jets, to me, the defensive side, as far as the defensive back position, Mike McKagan was able to fix by bringing in Darrelle Revis and, Cromartie. Now, it's nothing different. I mean, it's not like he, went out there and did something that was truly, truly amazing. The reason why I say that is because these guys were part of our New York Jets team. It's just John Itzik was stupid to let those players walk when he had a chance to re-sign them. Because right now, we should be at a point where we have additional players on top of Revis and Cromartie, part of this New York Jets team. But again, we're not going to backtrack. I've spoken about this the entire offseason. The one thing, though, I do want to speak is, going to be the running back position. We recently signed Stephen Wrightley from the New England Patriots. It just seems like the Patriots and the New York Jets constantly switch out players. It's amazing how those players tend to always stay in the AFC East. I don't know if they're bitter with their former teams or whatever the case might be. I have a question regarding the signing. The reason why I say that is, Wrightley isn't, a promising running back. He's not going to be the go-to guy. Wrightley's basically, he's going to get you about 1,000 yards a season, about 900 yards a season. His best season was in 2012, where he had about 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. The one concern I do have with him is he's coming off a torn ACL in the 2014 season, so definitely the health is going to be a questionable sign for Wrightley and the Jets. So here's the thing, guys. We're sitting at Chris Ivory as our starting running back. Then we have Powell and Wrightley as our backups, not knowing who's going to be second or third. I'm assuming Powell is going to be our second backup running back. Now, I feel like Powell definitely has some potential going to the long run, but I definitely wanted to aim for a guy like C.J. Spiller, just for, a guy that's able to catch the ball at the same time, be able to run it. But we didn't go that route. I don't know how comfortable I feel with this running back going to this season. The reason why I really say that is, listen, guys, we don't have a quarterback. We're sitting on either Geno Smith or Ryan Fitzpatrick, and neither one of them are Brett Favre. So having such a weak quarterback, as far as the position is concerned, you need to have a good running back to be able to switch out the plays a little bit, keep the defense guessing whether if it's going to be run or it's going to be a pass. Definitely this year, definitely for sure. Much props to Mike McKagan and Todd Bowles. I really feel good about our wide receiving core. How many times can we say as a Jets fan we've had a good wide receiving core? A wide receiving core that's fast and has size. We don't get to usually say that as New York Jets fans. So I really feel strong about that, and I'm not going to be negative about it. But, Chris Ivory has been in the league about 5, almost 6 years now. And he's never had 1,000 yard season. He doesn't have the speed factor, but he is a decent running back. Let's kind of go through his stats. In 2010 with the New Orleans Saints, he ran the ball 716 yards, 5 touchdowns. 2011, 374 yards, 1 touchdown. In 2012, 217 yards and 2 touchdowns. With the New York Jets, he had 833 yards and 3 touchdowns. In 2014, 821 yards and 6 touchdowns. So definitely he's progressed more with the New York Jets and the offensive scheme that we have compared to the New Orleans Saints. But here's the thing with the Saints is we don't have Drew Brees. So that's the difference. Is the way Geno Smith and Michael Vick played this year, we had to constantly give the ball to the running backs. And thankfully, it's finally over. Chris Johnson's no longer part of our team. I hated that guy. I hated his guts. But I'll be honest with you, when the season started, I was one of those people that were really excited about acquiring Chris Johnson. But the reason why I'm bringing all this stuff up, guys, I really think we should take a shot at a running back position in the draft. I consider this draft to be a very heavy wide receiver / running back draft. Again, not a first round, second round, maybe a third round. It all depends. I mean, I don't know who's willing to take a shot or a risk at Todd Gurley from Georgia. But that's a guy I would go for. We got nothing to lose. That's a guy I really want to go for, because guys like Melvin Gordon or players like that, they're not going to stick around all the way to the third round, I don't think. Although the NFL is no longer what it used to be, and taking running backs maybe as first round or right of top 10, it's not what it used to be. And I don't think that's going to happen. One guy I really like to see, but I highly doubt it's going to happen, is Amir Abdullah from Nebraska. 5'9", 205 pounds, really, really strong runner. Reminds me of Warwick Dunn. Warwick Dunn, if you guys recall, he played for the Buccaneers and the Falcons. He had a lot of speed, but yet had a good force on him. If he had some contact, he'll definitely be able to weigh himself in a little bit. So that's the direction that I want the Jets to take. Again, I'm really happy as a New York Jets fan with the acquisitions that we've done. We gotta look at this. Mike McKagan's number one strength coming to the New York Jets was his scouting. He was a scouting director for the Houston Texans. So with that being said, I really think the best from Mike McKagan is yet to come, and that's only going to come from the NFL draft this year. And I'm really excited for it, because I felt like, and I don't want to say this, but I felt like the last 2 years draft has been almost a complete bust. I like the fact that we refused any trade or any interest from other teams for Mike Milner. I think giving him one more year, letting him learn under Darrelle Revis or Cromartie or Gilchrist would be a right decision. So guys, let me know what you think. Obviously, we still need some of our defensive back positions. We need to focus on that. I know Pryor struggled last year, and I give him a lot of grief over it. I can totally understand he was a rookie last year, but as a first rounder that we took a chance on, I expected more, because there was a huge hype around Pryor. So, and last but not least, this is a must. I really think we need to go after Muhammad Wilkerson. He didn't show up to the it's basically what it is. It's a training where you can volunteer to go. It's not a mandatory training. And what's amazing is with these New York broadcasters and these New York media, they're like, Muhammad Wilkerson refused to go to the voluntarily training. It's his decision. It's his choice. It's not mandatory. That didn't make any sense to me. So, they're considering it to be the same thing where Rivas did, where, he refused to attend any practice till he renegotiated his contract. You know what? I say we spent all this money. We might as well just go ahead and do this. You're going to have Shelton Richardson, Muhammad Wilkerson. That defensive, front four has to be as impactful as it was last year in a really terrible season. So just imagine going to this year and having that, 4 players right up front. So I really think that's a must. I hope that happens. I hope we re-sign him and kind of go from there. And I think that should be the last touch, before the draft. So, guys, let me know what you think. Please comment and subscribe. We really appreciate the comments that are left. Please share these videos. Really expecting a good season from the Mets this season. So, got a good rotation as far as pitching is concerned. So, guys, again, subscribe and have a good night.